Today I'm going to show you how to build a multi-vendor marketplace, and for this we are going to use one of the most powerful plugins available on the market, and it's called Dokan. And for this we're going to use the Pro version, which starts at just $149, and then we are going to use a free theme from the same company that developed Dokan. And then obviously we will have to host the website somewhere. So for this we are going to use Hostinger, which starts at just $2.99 per month. And there's a special deal on a 4-year plan for just $129. And I also have a special coupon code for you guys. So that means that for less than $300 you can have your own Amazon-like marketplace where other people will be selling their products while you make money on autopilot. And you can have it set up today if you follow the exact step highlighted in this tutorial. So let's get started with step number 1, hosting and domain name registration. Now feel free to use any hosting provider that you want, but on the channel personally we like Hostinger because they're fast, reliable, and also super affordable. So they provided our audience with a discount code of up to 85% discount. So if you decide to use Hostinger, all you have to do is click on the very first link in the description below where it says get hosting here, and this will bring you to this dedicated landing page that we have with Hostinger. And as you can see, by using the link you can save up to 75% of your hosting plans. So as you can see, start at $2.99. You also get 3 months for free, and on top of that I have a coupon code for you guys for an extra 10% discount at checkout. So you can claim the deal here. Click on this button, it's going to bring you here, and now you can choose among 3 different hosting plans. You have Premium, Business, and Cloud Startup. So apart from the price, what's the difference? Well, it's very simple. If you scroll down the page, as you can see, this one you can host up to 25 websites, 50 websites, and 100 websites. And obviously all the resources are increasing accordingly based on the amount of website you can host. So now, depending on your goals and objectives here, where you can select any of those, now you can always start with this one and move to the next one up when needed. Now, the good thing with hosting as well is that you get a lot of free stuff. Like for instance, you get free domain names. So your first domain name is completely free. So this is valued at $9.99. Unlimited bandwidth as well, very unique, unlimited free SL certificate. So normally hosting providers will charge you at least $49 or $29 a year per website for every SSL certificate. Here is completely free, guys. Okay, so this is the beauty of Hostinger. A lot of free stuff, and all of that at a very, very affordable price. And again, like I said, I have a coupon code for you as well. So let's say you wanted to go ahead with this one here. So from here, you have to select your billing cycle. As you can see, it's $2.99 instead of $11.99. So big savings indeed. Now I have a coupon code. Okay, so Mr. Web, all in capital letters, and then apply. And there you go. As you can see, discount is 75% plus 10% on top. And now it's $2.69 only per month instead of $2.99. So in total, if you were to go for a billing cycle of 48 months for 4 years, you can log that price in for 4 years. It will only cost you $129. And you save $432. Now, obviously, you can have a shorter period of time if you wanted to. It could be 24 months or perhaps 12 months. And if you select 12 months, it's only $43. As you can see, big saving of $96 in total. So that's really up to you. Select any of those, and then after this, proceed to checkout. Very good. So once you've gone through the checkout process, you'll be redirected to this page. So this is a simplified onboarding process that will allow you to install WordPress in just a few clicks. So again, added value for any users. So here, basically select your language, enter an email address and password. And then after this, simply click next. So right here, how would you like to build your website using AI or a pre-built website and theme? So it's neither of those. Click this option here, create blank site, because we're going to use our own theme later on in this video. So create blank site, and now you can register your domain for free. So simply enter the domain name that you'd like to register. So for instance, Mr. Web Marketplace. And as you can see, MrWebMarketplace.com is available, and again, it's completely free for 1 year. So to register your domain name, simply click on it and then click next. Excellent. And as you can see, you will be redirected to your WordPress dashboard. So from here, let's take care of a few initial settings. So we're going to go to the plugin section first. So there's a few plugins installed by default here by Hostinger. You have the Lightspeed cache as well. So the first step would be to disable them all. So deactivate and apply. And as you can see, the Lightspeed cache is always running in the background. This is to speed up your website. So we are going to keep Lightspeed cache, but the other three here, we can delete them. They have no use to us at the minute, you know. So we go here and then delete and then apply and then confirm. There you go. And now we can go back to our settings here. We go to general right here. Make sure that the site title is the right one. So in our case, I just type Mr. Web Amazon. You can add a tagline as well. So this will show up in Google search results. So it's important, obviously, you know, depending on the type of marketplace you're going to build, insert your main keywords here. Like for instance, if you're building a marketplace, maybe for handmade products or something like this, it could be a marketplace for makers, shop handmade, sell with ease. Okay, something like this, you know, something easy to understand. Anyone landing on your website will understand now. Okay. So make sure that the admin email is correct, because this is where you will receive all your confirmations. And then right here, you have the time and format. So feel free to customize this or save changes. And then one more step, we go to permalinks. And right here, make sure that you select post name exactly like this. And then scroll down the page and save your changes. So that's us done with the initial settings. Very good. So let's go back to the plugin section. Now we need to install our main plugin to create our marketplace. And for this, like we said, we are going to use Dokan. So Dokan is one of the most powerful plugins to build a marketplace. You can see the best way to build your online marketplace with WordPress. In our case, we are going to build a multi-vendor marketplace. So that means that anyone can go on your website and sell their own products, and that way you're going to earn a commission and make money. So let's address the price now. And as mentioned in the intro, it starts at $149 for the pro version. So you can always start for free if you wanted to, but the free version, obviously, there's a lot of features missing that we are going to need to build this marketplace. So starting point will be $149. Now, bear in mind, this is a yearly subscription in this case. You have to renew every year. Now you can get the lifetime version as well, as you can see, 708, 1121, 2121, and so on. So depending on how committed you are, you can maybe buy this one instead, you know. And obviously it's more advantageous. You break even within 4 years. So now obviously it's up to you to select the one that you need. Obviously, the more expensive it gets, the more features you have access to. But the $149 here, the starter plan, has loads of features which should cover most case scenarios already. Now, we personally have the enterprise version, so it has all the features. So this way I can demonstrate everything for you, and then you can decide which one is best for you, okay? So once you have purchased any of those, you can go back to your WordPress dashboard and we can start installing all the essential plugins, okay? So the first one we need to install is WooCommerce. So add new plugin, and right here look for WooCommerce. It should be the very first one here by automatic. Okay, so install now and then activate. Very good. So you can exit out of this all together. We don't need this at all. Skip guided setup. Select your location. Very good. And now we go back to the plugins again, and we need to install the free version of Dokan first. So add plugin, and here look for Dokan. There you go. So now you can install this and then activate it. Very good. So we're going to go back to the dashboard. So we don't need this at all, because obviously you're going to install the pro version. So in your address bar here, as you can see, yourdomainname.com, WP admin, index.php, just remove the end here and enter. Very good. So I'm going to say no thanks here for now. And then we're going to install the pro version now. So we go to plugins, add plugin, upload plugin, choose file. And again, we have Dokan Enterprise ourselves. So open and then install. And then activate. And there you go. As you can see, now we have Dokan Free and Dokan Pro installed. So we're ready to go. So let's have a look at our website in the front end. So if you hover on top of the name of your website here, you can visit your site, your shop, your stores, or even the vendor dashboard. So let's hover on site here, right click open in a new tab. So this is what it looks like in the front end at the moment. So very bare, very basic, nothing exciting at all. But don't worry, because we are going to install a theme from the same company, from Dokan as well. So we go back to the Dokan website, and right here on top you have themes. Click on this. Now bear in mind, you can use any theme that you want, but Dokan compatible themes are those two basically, because that's from the same company. So one of them is called Dokani Theme, and the other one is Hotel Theme. So this is not really suitable for us. For marketplace is more likely this one. And again, as you can see, this one is completely free. So that's the beauty of it, you know. So if you want to have a quick look, you can click on the demo, you see what it looks like, or click on details, and then from here, simply download it, and then we can install it on our website. Okay, so we go back to the WordPress dashboard. This time we go to Appearance, Themes, and then Add Theme, Upload, choose File, and now upload the file we just downloaded, open, and then install, and then activate. Excellent. So as you can see now, this is installed. So we have Dokani active and installed. So let's have a look in the front end, see what it looks like. So you can hover on the title here, visit site, and then open a new tab. And this is what it looks like. So as you can see, there's nothing special just yet because there is no product. There is no specific layout just yet, but we're going to take care of this in a moment. Now, the beauty of the system here of having this theme installed, Dokani, is that right here in the header section, as you can see, you have my account and the vendor's dashboard, which is super handy. So that means that we don't have to recreate all of that from scratch. So let's go back to the dashboard and let me show you all the steps. So there are mainly 3 essential steps. So if you look by the side here, as you can see, we have Dokan. So this is one. We have WooCommerce, which is basically our e-commerce plugin. And then we have our products. So obviously those 3 sections need to be taken care of. So step number 1 is to set up Dokan. So if you click on Dokan here and go to the dashboard, so from here you can set up your marketplace in just a few minutes. All you have to do is to click on this button here. And again, this is most likely the easiest way to set up your multi-vendor marketplace. So let's do that together. Very good. Now from here, as you can see, there's 4 different steps. So I have the basic settings, commission, withdraw, and appearance. Now there is no right way or wrong way of doing it. This is basically how you want to set up your website. Obviously, as you can see, shipping fee recipient. So choose who receives the shipping charges. Is it you or the vendor? Okay. Products tax fee recipient determines who collects the product taxes. Is it you or the vendor? And the same for the shipping tax fee. Okay. So here you have the vendor can change the order status, yes or no. So you can enable or disable this. The new vendor selling directly. So enable selling capabilities for new registered vendors, yes or no. Again, that's really up to you. Like I said, there is no right way or wrong way of doing it. This is exactly the way you want to set up your platform and how you want to operate your business. Okay. So next, we have the commission. So obviously on this platform, this is your way of earning money. So here, what type of commissions will you charge? Is it a fixed fee or category based? Now, obviously, if it's category based, you will have to add all the categories first and add a percentage. Like for instance, on Amazon, the books and ebooks don't have the same commission fee, as for instance, electronics. So this is what you can do here. You can create different categories and add a specific percentage or a flat fee, one or the other or both. Okay, so right here, let's go with a fixed fee for now. Okay, and let's assume you're going to charge a set fee of 10% plus maybe 29 or 89 cents perhaps per transaction each and every time. Okay, so now we click next. So now we have the withdraw feature. So what is this exactly? Well, obviously your vendors will come to your website, upload their products, they're going to generate sales. Those sales, you're going to take the commission out of this, okay? And whatever is left over after that, this is basically their bank balance for them on your website, which they can withdraw after a while, okay? So maybe you want to make sure there's a 14 days cool-off period or something like this. You can put this in place as well. And you can set a minimum withdrawal limit. So maybe 250 euros or something like this, okay? Again, that's really up to you. Let me type 250 here. Very good. And then you have 3 different ways of withdrawing the money. So you can use PayPal, bank transfer, and Skrill. So PayPal here, obviously that's a handy one. All you need is their email address, which will be registered here in the database. So you can use that. And this will allow you to set up automatic withdrawal using PayPal. So this is something I'm going to show you in a minute how to set it up. And then if you choose bank transfer or Skrill, these are manual transfer. You'll have to do it yourself, obviously. So if you have more staff or maybe accounting departments that can look after that, please do so. It's going to be a little bit cheaper for you as well. But either way, it's absolutely fine. So we have the order status for withdrawal here. So what do we have? Completed, processing, on hold. So this is related to your orders through WooCommerce. So here you have your orders. and there's only 3 different status available: completed, processing, or on hold. So normally it should be completed. Okay, so let's click next. And then finally we have appearance here. So this is the store info. So do you want to display the contact form on the store page and the store sidebar from the theme? Yes or no? And the same here for the vendor info. So do you want to display their email address, phone number, store address? Again, that's really up to you. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it as is for now. So let's click next. And there you go. As you can see, we are done now. So visit Dokan dashboard. So this is our main essential settings for Dokan. Now, as you can see, this bar has gone now for the onboarding process. Now, if you need to change anything after this, you can go to settings and you go maybe to general, setting options, etc. As you can see, you have the admin commission. So this is what we said, fix 10% at 0.89 extra fee on top for every transaction. So all the options are basically here. So everything we went through is basically here on this page. Okay, so it's really up to you. After that, you can always come back and change things as you need it. Okay, now obviously configuring your settings from here will give you a more comprehensive solution. So for instance, remember we selected PayPal, we entered the minimum withdrawal limit to 250 and set the order status to completed. But we never had access to this one here, which is the withdrawal charges. Obviously, when you get paid using PayPal, PayPal is going to charge you maybe 3.4%. So maybe you can charge the customer now, the vendor, sorry, the same amount, okay? So maybe you can add here 3.4% and maybe a 29-cent extra fee on top or something like that, okay? Just to cover your own expenses. After this, scroll down the page and then save your changes. So like I said, feel free to go through all these different options here. I cannot decide for you which one is the best. Again, this is really up to you to decide which options you want to enable, disable, and set them up as you run your own business, obviously, you know. And since we are on this page here, the reverse withdrawal settings, what is this exactly? Well, if you wanted to enable cash on delivery, so maybe some vendors might be selling furniture or something like this, the client has to come drive there and collect them maybe at their warehouse, in which case the sale will be concluded online, but they will pay them only when they arrive on site with cash. They will pay cash on delivery, okay? So this is an option that you can enable. Now, obviously, because the sale has been concluded via your platform, you want still to get paid and receive a commission, okay? In which case you can enable reverse withdrawal, okay? So let's enable this together. And once this is enabled, you can have maybe a reverse balance threshold. So maybe you want them to top up their balance maybe by 500 or something like this, you know? And then once they have that money on their account, you can then charge them for the sale that's been concluded, that they will get paid cash, okay? So this is basically how this works, okay? So this is another option you might want to consider. Very good, so these are the main essential settings you need to set up in order to get your platform up and running. Obviously, as you can see by the side, there's a lot more tabs that you can go through, but these are pretty self-explanatory and all, so please feel free to go through these and set them up as you see fit. So next we have the modules as well. So what is this exactly? Well, these are all additional features that you can add to your Dokan marketplace to turn it maybe into an auction marketplace, you know. You can add delivery time, maybe follow store, EU compliance. If you're based in Europe, you need GDPR, obviously, you know. You can add a live chat, maybe a live search, maybe PayPal marketplace to enable split payments, a lot of different payment methods like Mango Pay. We have Stripe as well. If you scroll down the page, Razor Pay, you know, again, this is really up to you to enable any of those features here. As you can see, you have a Stripe here, you know. Now, if your vendor has multiple staffs, you might want to enable this as well. Maybe you want to sell subscriptions. I mean, look at this guy. This is unlimited almost, you know, even wholesale and WooCommerce booking integration. So just like we mentioned at the start of this video, you can turn this platform into exactly whatever you want and turn this into an amazing project just by using those features and Dokan alone. So again, feel free to select any of those options here. So this is step number 1, is to set up Dokan. All right, so now that we've configured Dokan, we can move on to the next step, which is to configure WooCommerce. So again, WooCommerce is our main e-commerce plugin that will allow us to process orders and take in payments. So let's go here to the settings, and right here on top you have the store address, so fill in your details. So perhaps something like this, and then scroll down the page and we have the general options. So selling location. Are you selling to all countries? To all countries except for a few, or to specific countries? Now again, that's really up to you, okay, to decide who you want to sell to. So let's say, for instance, here we'll be selling to all countries, and then we have the shipping location. Here you have ship to all countries you sell to, ship to all countries, ship to specific countries only, or you can disable it all together. That's really up to you. So here again, because we're selling to all countries, we're going to select ship to all countries you sell to, and then your default customer location. And for this, we have 4 different options: no location by default, shop country region, geolocate, and geolocate with page caching support. Now, this is to help you to calculate taxes based on the customer's location, obviously. So this is quite important. Now, obviously, if you use those 2 here, I'll tell you immediately, you're going to have to purchase a subscription from this company here that provides the additional plugin for WooCommerce. Now, this is not free, unfortunately. So there's a way of getting around this is by using the shop country and region. And then you can define whether or not you should charge taxes on this. And this is absolutely 100% legal. Now, if you select this, obviously you want to apply taxes accordingly. So you should enable this as well. And then do you want to enable coupons? So coupon codes is a very nice way of attracting people to your website, obviously. So if you do so, you might want to enable this. And then calculate coupon discount sequentially. This is when you decide to provide multiple coupons and that one customer can use it at one time, in which case it will apply the first coupon to the total and then the second one to the remainder. Okay, so again, this is really up to you to decide whether or not you want to make use of this. And then this is all related to currency, so this is pretty self-explanatory, you know, US dollars, euro, pounds, etc., etc. So save changes, and then now we're going to set up our taxes, so we can skip the product section. We don't need that, so go to tax directly. And here, obviously, we are going to enter our tax rate as well. So here, the price, how is the price entered on the website? Is it inclusive of tax or exclusive of tax? So that's really up to you. Normally, if it's from B2B, it's exclusive. If it's end users, it's inclusive. So let's pretend you're selling to end users, okay, B2C. Now, if you say either of those, you need to do the same here underneath. As you can see, this should be including tax and including tax as well. And the error message is gone. So save changes here. And now we're going to enter our tax rate. As you can see, tax, and this is a submenu here, tax rate, okay. And now we're going to insert the row, okay. So insert, and you're going to select your country. So it's basically the 2 first letters of the country. So we're based in Ireland, so I'm going to type IR, okay. And then the rate, so in Ireland is 23% VAT, and put the tax name. So I'm going to put VAT at 23%, okay. And then save changes. Very good. And then you can do the same if you have reduced rate or 0 rate items as well. So I'm going to leave it as this. So let's say the VAT is applied on everything. And now we're going to set up our shipping fee. So there are actually 3 different ways for you to set up your shipping zone and shipping fees. The first one is by using WooCommerce's own built-in feature, which is the one we have here. So from here, you can add your shipping zones. For instance, you can create US domestic zone, maybe Europe, or different zones like this, obviously, you know. So all you have to do is to click on this. Very good. So you give the zone name and then maybe a zip code or something like this. And then you can add the shipping method and define a specific price per zone. So this is one way of doing it, which is quite convoluted, to be honest. You know, it's not the easiest one to put in place. The second method is specific to every courier company you might use or similar. So for this, you can add an additional plugin as well. So if you go to plugins, add new plugin. So let me open this in a new tab just to show you. All you have to do is to type WooCommerce followed by the delivery type. So for instance, WooCommerce DHL, WooCommerce FedEx or something like this. Okay, so let's try this together. So WooCommerce DHL. And there you go. Now we have a few different options here. As you can see, DHL, this is for Germany. This one is for Benelux. So Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg, and so on and so on. And you can replace this with whatever shipping method you want to use. So it could be DPD, for instance, or maybe USPS, okay? And there you have it. And all you have to do to use this now is to simply install it. and then activate it, and then you go back to WooCommerce, you go to your settings, and you'll find this underneath the shipping section here. So normally once you have the plugin installed, it will show DHL, DPD, or USPS, and then you can set up the rates. Now, if you have an account with them, for instance, if you have a specific account set up already with USPS or DHL or any of them, you can log in immediately and it will apply the fees directly from here, which is super handy, obviously. And then we have our third method, which is by using Dokan shipping the built-in feature directly into Dokan, which is right here. So if you click on this here, as you can see, you can enable this. And this is obviously based on this solution here, one of the most efficient one, because it will be obviously synchronized completely with Dokan plugin. So if you want to enable this, simply click on this, okay, and then save your changes. And then after this, we need to configure something else. Now you go back to Dokan here, go back to your settings. And again, I'm going to open this in a different tab. Very good. Or you can go straight to your settings and go to shipping status here, okay? So right here, you can enable shipping tracking. So if you want to enable this, you simply use the toggle switch and then select the providers you want to enable. So again, depending where your marketplace, where your customers, your vendors, sorry, will be located, you might want to enable some of them. You can enable USPS, UPS, FedEx same day, TNT, Royal Mail, Polish shipping providers, Parcel Force. So these are all the most popular ones, obviously, you know. So feel free to enable or disable them as you see fit, depending on which part of the world you will be serving on your platform. So this is option number 3. So this is us done with the shipping. And now the most important part, obviously, you want to get paid. So we go to payments now. So this is for you to get paid. So there's a slight difference between what we did earlier on. Remember here, if you go back to your Dokan settings, if you go to withdraw option, remember we set this to PayPal, okay? So this is slightly different. This is for withdrawal only. This one is for you to get paid. So this is obviously the most important part of this project. So there are different ways you can set up. If you scroll down the page, as you can see, accept payments with Woo. So this is powered by Stripe. And you have also PayPal payments right here. So you can enable any of those if you want to. Or I'm going to show you another option again. You can simply go to plugins, add plugin. I'm going to open this in a new tab again. Okay. Let's go here, and all you have to do is to type WooCommerce followed by the payment method that you want to use. So let's say I want to use Stripe. All I do is type WooCommerce followed by Stripe. Okay, so WooCommerce Stripe. Very good. And then you have a few different options here. So scroll down the page, and from experience, we know that this one is absolutely amazing and super easy to set up. So I'm just going to use this one now as an example. So install and then activate. Very good. So now that this is done, you can go back to your WooCommerce settings here and refresh that page. So if you refresh this, you will see now you have all that selection of different payment options that are available. So let's go back to the top and find our main Stripe payment solution. It's already active, and now all you need to do is basically click on manage, and now we can link this to our actual account. So we go to API settings and then click to connect. Okay, so click on this. Confirm, log into your account, and then select the company you want to connect. And now you'll be redirected back to the WooCommerce backend. There you go. And as you can see, we are now connected. Okay. So there's two different modes. With Stripe, you can use the test mode or the live mode. So with the test mode, you can use credit card numbers 4242424242, any date in the future, and any 3-digit CVC code. So that's very simple to use. And once you've tested the platform, you can go back here and set it up to live. So this is just one example here with one payment method. And obviously with this one, you have also Apple Pay, Google Pay, and so on and so on. So it's a very nice solution if you are using Stripe already. Now, again, like I said, you can go to your plugins, type WooCommerce, any payment solution, and add it the same way. Okay, now we go to accounts and privacy, and here there is one thing you need to enable and make sure it is done, otherwise your platform will not work. As you can see, you have account creation. This is to allow customers to create an account. So here it's super important that you make sure that this one is ticked, is checked. Okay, so on my account page, and then after this, scroll down the page and save your changes. Very good. So that's us done with the WooCommerce settings. And now there's one more step we need to complete. Here we go to our settings. We go to permalinks. And here, make sure that you have this set to post name. Okay. Scroll down the page and now save changes. There you go. Now we're all up and running. Very good. Now that we've taken care of Dokan and WooCommerce, let's take care of our products. So before you can upload products or your vendors can do so, we have to create a few different things and take care of the categories first, a few tags as well, maybe attributes as well. Okay, so let's cover this first. So we're going to create our categories. And for this, all you have to do is simply type the name here. So let's say maybe we're going to sell laptops on our website. Okay. And then you can upload an image. So this is important because this image will be displayed in the front end as well when you showcase all the different categories. So add and upload an image, upload file, select file, and I found the pictures online. So let's select this one here. Okay, so open, and then use image, and then add new category. Okay, and let's do the same maybe with another two categories, maybe tablets, and then add image. I'm going to select here again, select file. So we have our tablet here. So open, use image, add new category. And then I'm going to do the same with mobile phones, maybe. Okay, so mobile phones, and then select the image, upload file, select file. This is the mobile, open, use image, add new category. Okay, so this is how easily you can add them. And now if you want, you can add tags as well. So tags are like little keywords, basically. Okay, so you have your categories. So you have laptops, we have mobile phones, we have tablets. Maybe you want to add here in the tag section something that's going to help your visitors find what they're looking for. So for instance, it could be retina display or something like this, you know. So add this, and maybe, I don't know, a QWERTY for keyboard, you know. People might be looking for something very specific to some product in the category, in which case you can help them find them using those little tags, which are basically like small keywords. And then we have our attributes. So what are these exactly? Again, depending on the type of marketplace you're going to build, you could have maybe the color, if you're selling, for instance, clothing, maybe the size, obviously, you know. So all items of clothing would come normally in different colors, maybe different sizes, and maybe different types of fabrics as well you could create here, okay? So in our case, we have laptops, we have mobile phones and all of that. You could have maybe memory or something like this, okay? So you can add this, and maybe storage. So this for the hard drive, okay? So add. Very good. Now that we've added this, we can configure the item. So for the memory, you can click on this, and here you could have maybe 1 gigabyte, 4 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes, 16, 32, 64, and so on. Okay, so this is how you can add your items. So if you go back to the attributes, now we have those one assigned, and you can do the same with storage. So this could be hard drive, maybe a 512 gig, maybe 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte, and so on. Okay. Now we go back to attributes. As you can see, those have been assigned. Now you may have noticed that all the terms here are organized numerically. So if you want to change the order, you can do so as well. Simply select this and then you can move them, you know. So the first one would be 4 gig, followed by 8 gig, 16, maybe 32 gig, and then 64, and finally 1 terabyte. And once you leave them like this, they'll be organized exactly the way you want. And you can do the same with the other one, obviously, you know. So let's organize these together as well. So the first one would be 512, 1, 2, and 4. Perfect. And if you go back here, as you can see, they are now showing in the exact order that you organize them. So one more step now is brands. So the brands basically could be different makes and all of that, you know. So I could have maybe IBM, let's say Lenovo, could have Apple, maybe Samsung, etc., etc. Okay, so this is pretty self-explanatory here, the brands, you know. And also, again, you can add an image for each and every one of them. And now we are ready to upload our products on our website. So if you go to all products here, normally there should be anything at all. And now you can add a product ourselves. So all you have to do is to add the product name, the description, add an image, product gallery, select your different categories, select the type of product, simple product, group product, affiliate product, or variable product, and then is it a specific brand, and so on and so on. Okay, so this is basically how you can add products yourself. Now, obviously, this is a multi-vendor marketplace, so chances are you will not upload any products yourself. It's going to be your vendors, okay? So let me show you how this works in the front end. So we go back here. If you go to the vendor dashboard, as you can see by the side, we have all these different sections here. So right here, we have the dashboard. So this is a quick overview of their financial situation on your website. So you have the balance, and then you can select a specific range. And right here, you have performances. So the total sales, market commissions, net sales, orders, products sold, total earning, and so on and so on. And right here, we'll have different charts as well. So obviously, as we go by, this will start filling up with data and information, which is very useful, obviously, to your vendors. Now, for them to upload a product, it's very simple. It's the same principle as in the backend, except that it will display in the front end only. So they click on product and then add new product. And now we can upload our new product. Okay, so let's do that together as well as an example. So let's say I want to sell maybe a MacBook Pro 5th Gen or something like this. Okay, so what type of product is this? So let's say maybe it's a variable product. Maybe we sell this with different sizes memories, or maybe different size hard drives. Okay, and then the category here, we're going to put this in the laptop section. Perfect. Select the brand. So this one is Apple. And you can create tags or add those if you want to as well, you know. So let's say this MacBook Pro comes with Retina display, and we can upload a picture. So I found one online here. Okay, so set feature image. You can add a description here. So I'm just going to type description for now. Okay, this is full description. And then you have the inventory. So do you want to keep stock? Most likely, I suppose, you know. So let's enable this. And let's say maybe you have 7 of them in stock. Okay. So let's scroll down. You can add the measurements here if you wanted to, you know, and then select the shipping class. Is it a taxable product? So it should normally be, okay, and tax class will be normally standard on this type of product. Now, if you have multiple products uploaded on your account, you can upsell and cross-sell as well. And now we need to add our variations, okay? So let's select the attribute here. So let's say maybe this laptop, I'm going to sell it with different size storage, okay? So I'm going to add the attribute. And now we can select the values, maybe 1 terabyte hard drive and 2 terabytes hard drive, okay? And this should be visible on the product page as well, and use this as variation, okay? Now let's say they also come in different size memories, which could be the case, you know. So let's select memory, add attribute, okay? And here we're going to use this for variations again. And let's say they come in 64 gig and maybe 32 gig as well, okay? So again, we're going to save the attribute. Oops, I noticed I disabled this, so save attribute again. Very good, and now we can add our variations. So how does this work exactly? Well, we could have laptops with 1 terabyte and 32, 1 terabyte and 64, 2 terabytes and 32, and 2 terabytes and 64, or so on and so on. Okay, so we can create all the variations automatically. So create variations from all attributes, go, and then confirm. Okay, very good. So as you can see, we have 4 different variations. We have 2 terabytes with 64 gig of RAM, 2 terabytes and 32 gig of RAM, and the same with 1 terabyte and 64 and 32. And now if you expand this, you can actually give them different SKU, any stock levels, and the prices as well. So let's say maybe this one is 3,500. Okay. This one here is maybe 3,300. And let's say the other two here are maybe 2,650. And this one could be perhaps 2,200 or something like that, okay? And again, you can add images for each and every one of them, okay? So we're going to save our variations. Perfect. So let's scroll down the page, and these are the other options. You have the product status and visibility. Normally, you should leave it as is. And then we save our product, okay? Very good. So this is uploaded on our account now, and as you can see, it is pending review. So now you, as the owner of the website, you can go back here, you go to your products, all products, and as you can see, we have a MacBook Pro here, and you can either publish it or reject it. So then from here, you're going to click on this, going to review everything, make sure everything is based on your policies of your website and things like this, you know. And when you're happy enough, all you have to do is click publish or reject, one or the other. But I'm going to publish it here so we can see that in the front end, okay? Now your vendor, when he goes back here, refreshes, he goes to all the products. As you can see, this one is online. So this one has been accepted. And you can also have a quick look in the front end what it looks like, okay? So let's do that together. So view, open in a new tab, and there you go. So as you can see, we have a MacBook Pro 5th gen. You can select the storage. So let's say 1 terabyte with 64 gig of RAM, and the price for this one will be $2,650, okay? So as you can see, not too shabby and actually quite efficient as well. Now, from the rest of the dashboard, as you can see, your vendor will see all their orders here. They can create their own coupon codes that they can apply on different types of products. You have all the reporting, so products, revenue, orders, variations, categories, stock, and statements. You have all the reviews when they want to withdraw their money as well. So obviously, we'll show up the balance here. And if it's more than $250, which is the minimum limit that we set, they can then withdraw the money, okay? Obviously, before they can withdraw their money, they'll have to set up their PayPal account, okay? So as you can see here, we have a setup button. If they click on this, all they have to do is simply select the payment method, direct to PayPal, enter the emails here, and simply click Update Settings, and there you go. Now, once they've done that, they'll be prompted to continue the setup. So you need to add a new store name. So you can click on this and add the store. So let's say Mr. Web, okay? Street and address, and a profile picture perhaps as well. So let me do that quickly. So there you go, I've done that. So scroll down the page and update settings. Perfect. And then add a banner as well. So you can create a banner for your store. The device size is 625 by 300. So I created one. I'm going to upload this now with you. Very good. So upload banner. And I've created that, like I said, you know, the same size, 625 by 300. Select and crop. You can crop the image or skip cropping altogether. This is the right size, so it doesn't make no difference, you know. So we can crop image, perfect. And again, scroll down the page and then update settings. Excellent, so everything is in place now from the vendor side, so from his dashboard. Now, the next step is to take care of the home page. As you can see, there's nothing here being displayed. So this is our next step. So back to the WordPress dashboard. Very good. So first, let's take care of our home page. So we go to pages here, and you will notice there is no home page actually at the moment. So what we need to do is just to create our home page first. Okay, so add new page. So let's call this one home. And right here, go to templates and make sure you select home page. Very important step. Okay, and then publish. Okay, now click on the WordPress logo to go back to the WordPress dashboard. Now we go to settings, reading, and now we're going to set that page as our home page. So select a static page, select home, save changes. Very good. And now if you go back to the home page and click back on the logo, and there you go. As you can see, now this is populated. We have a different categories. So we only created 3, but if you have more, it will show all the categories, obviously. So your laptops, mobile phones, and tablets. Right here underneath, you'll have your featured products, latest products, and best-selling products. Obviously, there's only one product at the moment. And right here underneath, we have all the stores with our different banners. Like you see, it looks very, very professional indeed. So obviously, we need to add a little bit more than this. So we need to replace our hero section here, maybe add a menu section as well, okay? So we need to add a logo, maybe the tagline, and also take care of the footer section, okay? So again, back to the WordPress dashboard. So this time we go to appearance, you go to customize. As you can see, you have those small pencil, click on them. As you can see, this is the site title, this is your tagline. So ideally, would not use it normally, you know. What we would do is normally upload a logo. So select logo, upload file, select file, and select one of the files you want to upload. So I'm going to select maybe this color here, okay? So open, and then select. Very good, so skip cropping. As you can see, the logo is displaying, and we're going to change also the Retina logo for high resolution screens. So this is going to be the same, and then choose image. Perfect. You can upload the site icon as well if you have one. Again, I'm going to upload this quickly here. So I'm going to select this one here. So normally the size should be 512 by 512 pixels, and then select, and then skip cropping. Perfect. As you can see, it is now displaying here in the address bar. Perfect. And now we're going to hide the tagline because this is taking plenty of room for nothing. And also the site title because now we have a logo. Okay. So we're going to keep it like this. So publish, save it for now. So we don't have any menus at the minute. So for this, we have to go back to the WordPress dashboard. So ideally, you'd like to have maybe multiple tabs opened at the same time, okay? So we go to Appearance, we go to Menus, and we have to create a new menu. So we're going to call it Main Menu, okay? And select this, Primary Menu, Create. Very good. And now you can add all the items that you want. So it could be our categories, perhaps. So you're not going to find them here. So go here on Screen Option and look for Product Categories. Tick this. Now you can collapse this and go back here. And now you're going to find your product categories. As you can see, laptop, tablet, and mobiles. So maybe you want to add this. Okay. And if you go to Pages, maybe we can add maybe our home page all together. So select this, Add to Menu. Perfect. So that's all we need really, Save menu. Perfect. Let's go back to the home page. Let's go to the top and refresh, see what it looks like. Excellent. So we have a logo, home, laptop, tablet, mobile phones. And if you click on this, as you can see, we have our categories as well. So this is working fine. So at the moment, we don't have any featured products. So let's do that together. Let's go back here, X out of this. We go to our product and set one as featured. Okay. So here we're going to quick edit. And I'm going to set it as featured. Okay, so this is right here. So featured and then update. Go back to the home page and refresh. And there you go. As you can see, our product is now here. So our three categories are working. And all that's left basically is the footer section here. Okay, so let's change this together. Again, we go back here and this time Appearance, Customize. Scroll down the page. And as you can see, you have your text here. So where can you change this? Well, you go here by the side, you select the footer section. And then trusted factors. So that's what it is basically, okay? As you can see, this is the choice of icons that you're going to display. And this is your text, okay? Fast and free delivery, safe and secure payment, 100% money back guaranteed. So feel free to change this based on your own business model, obviously. And then you can change the color as well. You can go from orange to purple. But if you wanted to change this maybe from maybe a light blue to a darker blue, okay? So we're going to select this color here. And select a darker blue, perhaps, something like this. And there you go. You have a different vibe altogether. And then you can change the icon color as well accordingly. So maybe the same shade of blue. Okay, so this is how you can customize this. And right here for the footer widget, you cannot do this from here. So again, publish. Let's go back to the dashboard. We go to Appearance, Widgets. And right here, as you can see, you have footer widget 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is exactly what we need. So this is footer 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let's customize this together. So the first one normally should be maybe About Us or something like that. So perhaps we can add a heading. And let's say maybe About Us. Okay, and underneath a little bit of text, a paragraph. So I just fetch a random text here. Update. Go back here, refresh. Excellent. As you can see, this looks not too bad. About Us and a bit of explanation. Maybe you can put your contact details and email address as well, So normally when you build a marketplace like this, you're going to have a lot of different categories, possibly subcategories, maybe sub-subcategories. And some of them you want to emphasize right here, a bit like on the Amazon website, obviously, okay? So what you can do is add a menu section here, okay? So if you go back there, and then you go to your menu section, open this in a new tab, you can create a different structure altogether. Okay, so create a menu, and let's say, call this one footer 1, okay, create, and then you can start adding your product categories. Obviously, we only have 3 of them here, so you're just going to add them. Okay, I'm going to add them again. So let's pretend you have a lot of different categories, okay, just as an example here, and then save menu. Now, if you go back here, you can add, obviously, a menu section right here as well. So click on the plus sign, look for menu, and right here you have navigation menu. Type the title, so maybe main categories, or maybe electronics, or something like this, okay? And then you select your menu, so footer 1, so update. And now let's refresh. Very good. As you can see, this is going to bring us directly to our main categories. And then you can do the same with this one and this one as well. So I'm just going to copy this again. Okay, so if you click on this, I'm going to duplicate it and I'm going to drag it underneath. Okay, so I'm just going to grab it and stick it here in widget 3, sorry. And I'll do the same with widget 3, just to show you how it works very quickly, okay? I'm just gonna grab this now and bring it to widget 4, just like this. Perfect. So update and now refresh. So this is usually how marketplaces are, you know, with all the different categories. So just to show you, and maybe you want to insert your social media icons. We could do this maybe under the About Us section, okay? So we go back to the top here and find our footer one, which is this one. And let's look for social. Okay, very good. So we have social media icons, perfect. And now we can start adding our social media icons. So click on the plus sign here, select the one that you want to add. So let's say maybe, Twitter, okay, which is X now. So select X. I'm going to add another one, maybe IG for Instagram, maybe Insta, just like this, okay? And maybe one more, let's say YouTube, okay? Just like that. Perfect. Now, if you click on each and one of them, you can enter your link, okay? So I'm just going to put a hashtag for now, and you'll do the same with all of them, okay? Hashtag. Obviously, you'll put the actual address to your YouTube channel, IG account, and X account. So update. Let's go here and refresh. Excellent. And as you can see, our menu section is showing here, which is absolutely fine. And now we need to change our copyright line here and maybe add a footer section as well. So again, this time we go to Appearance, Customize, and then scroll down at the bottom of the page. So this is the one here. So again, this is footer. Okay. Bottom bar, this is what it's called. And as you can see here, you can go and change this exactly the way you need it. So I'm going to say Mr. Web all right reserved or something like that, okay? And then we have the footer menu here. As you can see, there is none at the minute, but you can select one. So maybe none, text, widget, or footer menu. So you cannot select it from here. So we need to create a new one, obviously. So we go back here again. We go to the footer section. So we're going to create a new one. So let's call this one footer menu, okay? And then this one is going to be assigned as a footer menu. Create, and now we're going to add our categories again. So I'm just going to add those 3 as an example, but you can add any pages that you want. Save menu, and again, like we said, we set this as footer menu, so publish here as well. And let's refresh, and there you go. As you can see, our menu section is here and everything has been changed accordingly. Very good. So I think that looks pretty cool. Now I'm going to show you a new trick as well. So let's say if you wanted to add a slider section here on top to jazz things up a little bit, I'm going to show you how you can do that for free. So again, we go back to the WordPress dashboard, and again, we go to plugins, add plugin, and look for Smart Slider 3. Smart Slider 3. Okay. Excellent. So this is the one here. So install now and then activate. And now let's go to this section here to the dashboard. And now we can create a new project. Okay. So I'll click on this. So I'll create a new project or start with a template. I'm just going to start with a template to save a bit of time, you know. And then you can select what type of slider you want to use. So there's 2 of them here. There's a few of them, actually 3 ones, sorry, as you can see, you know. So feel free to select any of those. I'm just going to use one of them here, the first one as an example. So I'm going to import this. Very good. And now that we have this in place, we're going to fetch the shortcode here. So this one here, so Control C. And then we go back to the customization page. So right here, you go to front page and then show slider on the home page. And now you can insert your shortcode right here. Okay. So if you go back to the top, as you can see, our slider is showing. So publish. And now just to make sure it's displaying properly, we actually go to the home page, refresh, and there you go. As you can see now, we have 3 beautiful slides, and then your categories, your product, and so on and so on. So there you have it, guys. This is how you can build your own Amazon-like marketplace for less than $300.